players, no, 10 players today, and they're playing the new BT25 from proxies. Let's see here. Let's top into table 4. Get that set up real quick. Apologies. And boom, visible. Gotta flip them both. Everybody, hello. Welcome to the stream. Another casting stream because that's what I feel like doing right now. Again, most of my cards are in my new house that I'm moving into, but it's gonna finish moving by the end of June. I'm currently trying to do more casting stuff. I believe they allow BT25 stuff right now, but surprisingly, we're watching two current format decks going off. Medusa versus Alter S, it looks like. Medusa has a Uka up now and also has used it twice now, so a lot of value there. He looks like he also has the new training up. Probably was able to use that since the fact that it's alternate cost condition. You know, as long as you don't have one on the field, you can use it without ignoring the cost. Means he probably was able to use it while the Ukamon was on the board, which is, I think, pretty neat. And one of the reasons why I feel like these are just power cup versions of regular trainings in every way. Yeah, I did see the new LM stuff. Pretty exciting stuff. We could talk more about that in between the round. Pretty exciting announcements in there. Some of them are kind of hidden in there. If you pay attention and you look through the reprint list, it reprints some of the star promos that haven't even been announced or shown yet. So I'm really curious to see what the new DGC base is. Or DGC Bass. Considering it's an item from Digimon World, I'm assuming it's going to be DM support, which I'm pretty happy about. Yeah, new promo Demi Devi too. I wonder if that's going to be Kia support or Creepy support. Could be either one. Because we've gotten a searcher for Goma and searcher for Pada, or searcher version of Goma and searcher version of Pada. So is this searcher version of Demi Devi? Or is this a third Demi Devi we can put in Creepymon? We'll have to wait to see. We'll have to wait and find out whenever they announce those star promos. Otherwise, we are just waiting on the Medusa player to make a move. He's on one memory. He's holding up an Uko and Dimetramon. I believe that's Dimetramon that plays a Tamers, and he doesn't have one. He could potentially evolve into Lamiamon and keep turn, thanks to his memory gain inherits. So I might be able to just end turn here with sticking in Medusa on the board, potentially. Doesn't seem like a bad idea, because then he can potentially bottom deck the Alter S in the trash and avoid giving him the access to said Alter S via, let's say, Duo Tamer. But I will let it grab it back. But he instead swings the Dimetramon, gains one of Eliza. He probably has to. He checked that 5k Garurumon, so now he kind of has to use the Gigimon here to stay alive by evolving into Lamiamon for the security battle. Hold on. Fix my BGM real quick. So Lamia effects got to resolve, and now we get to gain back another memory. Of course, and on Medusa for 2? It should be a 3 cost, I believe. Oh no, he used the second Gigimon effect, because that lets you target anything. That's crazy. It should be the EX8 one, right? Or no, 9. No, 10? Which EX was Dawn Liberator? I've already kind of lost track at this point. Oops, sorry, I'm hiding the action here. EX11, right? I believe that's EX11, so he gets the bottom deck 1 and make 1 token. Oh, end of attack trigger is now here too as well. Yeah, so he gets to make it do a second time. 2 tokens. Yeah, he got to bottom away a bunch of important pieces that he was not going to be able to grab back with either Greymon or Tyan Mat. Part of the reason why Medusa is so strong right now. Those effects are deceptively really good. Very deceptively strong effects to actually just bottom deck cards from your opponent's trash. A lot of decks right now just generically have like recursion from their archetype, or has other sort of like trash interactions, even if they aren't purple. Scary position that the Alter S player has put himself in. The Sagittarius here makes sense. You know, it does stun the Medusa here potentially to hold off some damage. But I would say that wouldn't necessarily stop him from dying here. If the Eliza evolves up into another, like, a Demetramon, like a now, you can potentially swing it and then, like, trigger, like, so much more memory gain and Digimon effects that I can totally see him just, like, climbing all the way back up again. And then if you can pop those 2 tokens, it should just be, like, game, right? Gain 3 memory from security being revealed. First Digimon effect, evolve into Lamia for 2. Lamia effect, he can now do the Lamia thing where he trenches security, that triggers Eliza and another Digimon so that he can evolve into another Medusa for 2. So he needs to keep turn on Medusa here anyway. Yep, there's Medusa. Now that I think about it, he might not be able to actually win here if he doesn't have, since he doesn't have an O in here, he's not going to be able to go for, like, Styraco swing for game or anything. And then pop a token. Yeah, he needs another attack here, and since one of his Medusa is stunned, I'm not sure how he's going to pull that off. He's probably still winning here anyway, because as long as he goes into the Styraco, it's most likely just going to delete the Garurumon and just leave the opponent with nothing. I see. Lamia effects drop Cyclomon is also just game here, yep. Of course, gotta remember that Cyclomon is a threat as well for damage. Yeah, the Medusa player just got off to the races too quick, and the Altaris player needed to find the entire 2 lines, like, way faster. I just think about playing Altaris in general is right now. It seems to be doing pretty well. They won a regional after all. But I have heard a lot of people say that, like, this deck should not be doing so well. It's so high rolly. Because there are matchups like this where the opponent just sort of starts fast, and the only way to keep up with him is like if you just high roll having all the pieces right away, which is not super likely. Still a crazy good deck, though. Game 2 is going to be starting here pretty quickly. Looks like our authorized player is going first, hatching Koromon. Starting with Analog Youth. Did he keep his hand or did he mulligan this and then just not find a rookie? Ooh, the reverse turn 1 Uko play. Evolve in the back, play the Uko. Very safe to do when your opponent doesn't have their own turn 1 rookie. Because now you're more likely to just have that Ukomon just sort of live. And it in a way is a cheaper way to getting him out. Compared to like evolving him in the back and playing out the search rookie. Very aggressive in general too. Very solid start because now you can also just potentially just move up the rookie, trigger Uko, and then start popping up from there. Some more analog youths coming out here. Picking up a Blitz, trashing a Metal Garuru. Which Metal Garuru is that? I believe that's BT-17. Uko effect is going to pick him up another Elizamon, so it sounds like he probably has those other levels in his hand already. But being choked to 1 here means he's probably not going to be able to pop off here, so he needs to at least evolve into a Dimetramon. He has a choice of evolving Dimetramon over his Eliza on the board if it's like the Tamer playing way. One, or in the back to set up for the next turn. Training is also a really good option here. Picking up another Elizamon for him to evolve in the back after he triggers Uko again. The authorized player is also feeling pretty memory choked here. Gotta be able to evolve into at least one of the level 4s before you can pop off. Interesting. Garnet Boost picks up Greymon here, but bottom decks an Alter S. I wonder then if he already has Alter S in his hand? Or even if he doesn't, you probably would rather pick up the lower levels first anyway. Okay, not moving up the guy in the back and just slinging. I feel like with how much memory you have, as long as you have the line, moving up in the back can probably just win you the game. Still, he's probably set himself up to win on the next turn anyway, especially with the Owen on the board now. Authorized player should feel pretty pressured here. Medusa player is not committed super hardly, but is still like has set up enough to potentially turn lethal. Yeah, he's feeling pressured enough to basically just go for it at this point. Go into Greymon, draw, gets to pick up something from the trash, whatever he's missing here. I'm pretty sure he already has a Blitz. He can pick up the Garuru or the Sagittarius if he's missing it. Interesting that his egg is Oro and not like a Tsunomon or something. Doesn't that Koro just give you like a reboot? The adventure traits? Or am I crazy? No, it just gives own KDP all turns to adventure traits. Not sure how relevant that is. I guess it might be relevant for making Kresgaru Alliance have a 1 more DP. Or I guess Blocker Chris / Blitz might have 1 more DP. He moved up and he just doesn't have... It feels like he doesn't have the pieces yet because he's hesitating. Looks like he's opting to attack, potentially over the Eliza to reduce the amount of damage potential, but like, you know, opponent still has an Uko on the board and a guy in the back. He might still be dead. Helps with his ruin mode. Oh, that's actually a really good point. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, being in that 6k threshold really does significant against the ruin mode. It does allow you to move up, evolve up into one of the level 5s and slam the other level 5. So again, going to Sagittarius to end. I wonder if he stunned, since nothing got turned upside down, I'm not sure if he stunned the Tamer or the Uko. Both of them would have been really valid, since, you know, both ways you're kind of avoiding 1 damage. Might put yourself out of lethal range this way. But with 3 memory plus a training, we're about to see Medusa climb all the way up here. Armo de Metro here, I believe. The LM version. Oh my gosh. And then Scramble. Scramble for Lamia. Lamia effect resolves. Pressing a security card. Triggering gaining 2 memory. Triggering Digimon to then evolve for 1 less potentially. Yeah, so it feels bad about this Sagittarius play is that the Sagittarius now is just gonna get deleted here. That was a security trash, not a security checked, right? So it should just go straight into trash by now. There's not to hover over it. It's not like you checked into it or something. Oh, interesting. Actually, his double analogs does kind of insulate him from the potential of opponent. Like, yeah, Medusa player might actually ignore the analog youths or ignore deleting the Sagittarius just because the analog youths are there. I might lose him the turn, which still probably might be like good enough considering he'll choke the opponent to 1. And he still gets to do a swing if the Owen is not stunned. And you'd still be like basically threatening lethal with the opponent not having a lot that they can do with 1 memory and like no rookie in the back. Okay, if the Ukomon is swinging, then I'm imagining. So he chose not to delete the Sagittarius to not trigger analog youths, and it looks like there's an indication that the Owen is not is the one that's stunned. So 2 swings here. End of attack trigger can delete the token. And bottom deck another card, make another token. Again, ignoring the Sagittarius. Oh, Gravity Crush. Play another Owen, so that now Spyraco is still lethal? That's crazy. Yup. These cards need to go to 0, man. I don't think we should be allowing these sort of plays, to be honest. Not like he was going to lose anyway. But yeah, trash security, unsuspend, and then on Evo swing for game. Yeah, that was a quick 2-0 for the Medusa side. In which case, let's jump around to other tables real quick to see how they're going. Let's move up to table 3 since this looks like this table is just finished. All right, what are we looking at here? Flip this table around. Looks like we're seeing puppets versus actual adventure. If I remember correctly, they are allowing BT25 here for the first time, right? In proxy form? Or am I crazy? Oh, no, we're not. I figured that by now that they would allow it, but I guess people don't want to move away from this format just yet. Might have to change the description then. That's probably fine. Or description on the YouTube stream is a little off. I really figured they'd be playing with the 80 with the proxies by now. Maybe they'll hold that off until next week. Or until Thursday. Alright, I looked away and I missed what happened. Looks like they're also packing up and probably finished their round as well. It looks like Puppets won this one. Alright, I'm gonna go into table 1 then. See if we can catch any more action. Okay, more Alter S. And here's the man who actually did win that regional, Mr. Bren. If anyone's going to show us a good gameplay for Alter S, it would be him. Looks like he's facing Imperial. The Imperial player made a Payodran and is likely... Looking at the stack, I think he just hard evoed here. No, he might have used the Raidramon. Either that or he hard evoed, which also kind of works if you're using 81 Pyodra. And he used the win attacking effect of the Pyodra to evolve into Dragon mode to stun the Analog Youth and potentially threaten some sort of evolving in some sort of like Floodgate-esque or trap effect, I guess. I mean, starting an interaction. Fortunately, I feel like it's not going to work out here because player turn priority would mean that the Alter S player would get to fully resolve making his stack before the Dragon mode would get to resolve. And as long as he ends on, at the very least, Blitz, the Digivolve should counter the effect pretty hard. So dropping the Greymon, getting to pick back up a card, looks like it's Sagittarius. Garurumon triggers to evolve into that Sagittarius for free. Probably stunning the Davis Ken if I would pick one. I guess it's probably valid to stun the Dragon mode if you're thinking of not... Okay, you're stunning the Davis Ken, yeah. I'm thinking he's probably just going to out that the stack anyway. Yep. Evolving into a Taurus. Free. Now Sagittarius triggers. Evolving into Crest for free if he has it. Oh, also gaining a memory from the it looks like Agumon in source. Looks like he's also on Koromon. Everyone wanting to play around Ruin mode nowadays, huh? I mean, Shine is growing very popular and is very popular around here as well. So there's Blitz getting to Digivolve. Was it 3, I believe? Play around the triggered effect here. And also making him immune to effects, so that also plays around the opponent potentially evolving up into a fighter mode. Is he choosing to only do Digivolve 1? Was Blitz not the Digivolve 3? I thought it was the Digivolve 3. I mean, I know you can choose. But like, what is the the reasoning here. It is DGG off 3, yeah. So he chose to DGG only up by up to 1. Ah, because he's gonna bounce with press anyway. And he just chose that what he wants to bounce would be the Pyildra and not like the level 3 or 4s. As to not enable him to have a 3 to play off of the Daviskin. He had one anyway, but also not bouncing back a 4 also helps him in this scenario. But things are not looking good for Pyildra here, for the Imperial player. I feel like it's not likely you can make Pyildra in this position with your Davis Ken being stunned and only 1 memory. Opting to just evolve his Stingmon in the raising area. But this just might just mean that he just loses the game on the spot here. As long as he has 1 Alter S, he can just go swing Alliance with the Chris Scaru, unsuspend them both, swing again, Alliance, and then go DNA and swing for game. That is unless we see something like a Hammer Spark out of security, of course. Yep, another attack in Alliance. And there's Alter S for game. Oh dang, it's not even the good Alter S, but hey, it's a name. It's a DNA that you can use to go for lethal with. Alright, and that's all the tables from 1 through 4 finished. Only table 5 is still going, which has our loyal viewer Comrade in there. We do have at least 1 Shine player today, it looks like. No, is he choosing to play... Comrade is not playing Shine today. He's playing Adventure Digimon? Wild. And sometimes you just want to play something different for fun. One of the things I'm excited about for the new LM is that they announced, Stealth announced a DGC Bass card, which most likely is DM support, and I can't wait to play DM again. Not in Machinedra DM. I never played Machinedra DM. I used to play like for fun. I played like version 4, pure version 4, not pure, but like version 4 centric deck. Now that I have promo millies, I might also just see if I can make version 3 work. Might depend on what the DGC Bass actually does. Emmett is a huge board, but I don't see him having... The team really gives him rush, so he might not have the aggression he needs here to win the game. Okay, Blitzcrank going down. Making some of his Digimon immune. Has to be a Garurumon in name, doesn't it? That it can give protection to besides itself. Looks like he's taking that back and going for a different evolution. Actually, yeah, because that's a Kabuterimon, not a Mamemon instead. Gotcha. Can't go into Blitz here. The Mamemon effect, look at top 5. Get to play a tamer amongst them. Is it not only black tamers? Or is it any tamer? I guess it would make sense for it to be any tamer. Because it's meant to go with the GG deck that plays Taigas. Yeah. Play cost 4, any play cost level 4 or lower. And then you get to either put the rest on top or bottom. Your boy Wins is on stream. Looks like it. Looks like he might have a good chance to pick up a win here. Hammett is looking in a pretty dicey position here because it looks like he has no security against Red Hybrid with 3 tamers on board. None of them are look to be stunned or anything. Unsure if any of them have blocker because I know Mamemon Inherit can give something blocker. And we don't know, but I don't know if he triggered it or not last turn since we came in the middle of it. Break this board. I don't even think you need to break this board. You just need to find a way to push through whatever blockers he has in the swing for game. But it looks like he is making an Emperor here using the triple colored option card to above it for 3. Remember correctly, this strips a bunch of sources, right? And suspends something. And everything. Yep, swing for game. Any ace to save the day? Though I doubt ace would save the day in this position, but it could be. Yeah, no. I don't even know what that proxy is supposed to be. All right. You have 15 minutes left in the round. Yeah, okay. And Red Hybrid reported his win, so with 15 minutes left in the round, we finish round 1, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, an ace would definitely not have been enough. All right. That's all that. So we're just now waiting for the next round to start. Until then, we can probably talk about the. I mean, it's probably gonna start at any time now, but we can probably talk about the new LM set that you just announced because it's super exciting, to be honest. Let's see if I can bring it up on the stream. What's scary is that it's gonna start. Pre-orders for it is gonna open very soon. It looks like. Here it is. 9 p.m. EDT. For me, that's what? That's in 2 hours from now, I think. So get ready for when that drops. Some exciting reprints. Beostarmon X, they were smart. They saw the writing on the wall and knew that they had to reprint Beostarmon X, and this new art is crazy. But these other reprints are really interesting because I feel like they indicate, these are probably for the stuff they're planning on supporting in the future, right? Because we know Shivless 13 and Treacherous 7, I think. What was the new... Forgot what they called that set already. Malevolent 7, right. The Chivalrous 13 and Malevolent 7 are coming soon. And we have a Jesmon reprint for Royal Knights. This Sumemon, this one's really funny because it's Sumemon, right? But we have Koromon and Tsunamon in the back, which is a cheeky nod to the fact that people end up using this egg for the CS Omnimon DNA deck, right? So this is obviously a reprint for them as well. And we got a reprint for EX5 Levia, another card that definitely needed a reprint at this point, considering how old EX5 is. And then for sure, Leviamon is definitely going to get supported in Malevolent 7. And then other than that, we got a bunch of other really cool new cards. So I got some new trainings, of course. They're slowly slipping these in. And of course, these are going to be, I mentioned a million times, they're just better than regular trainings in every way possible. But other than that, we got 3 new dual cards as well. Zafaga, Gundra, and Heavy Metal. And these are all pretty sick. I imagine Heavy Metal fans are very happy to see more support for this deck, because considering it still hasn't really reached meta status. If they... Okay, the next round has started. We'll hop into that real quick, but I want to finish talking about this. These are some really interesting cards. Not sure if this Heavy Metal is going to be enough to bring this deck into contention. But it has some cool things going for it, right? Like, you can use it for 3. You can use the use effect of it for 3 from your trash when one of your Digimon attacks, which allows you to evolve into this for very cheap. A lot of Heavy Metals are 4 and above, so having a 3 cost that you evolve Heavy Metal seems pretty good. It's still a sec plus, lets you spam the board. It's also on deletion as well to activate the main effect on the option side to do more deletion effects. So overall, seems pretty decent. I don't know if it's going to fix Heavy Metal's innate problems in any way. But that's just on me for like not having played this deck, because it's never looked particularly strong. Zafaga getting a dual card is also really interesting. It also has a cost reduction thing where you can suspend 2 Digimon to reduce the cost by 2, making it cost 4, equal to its Evo cost. It can battle, it can protect itself, and has other, just general Zafaga stuff. It also is another one of those that can evolve over other Zafagas, but they also left out level 6 from the Evo condition. So the really, really interesting thing here is that you can evolve this Zafaga over Vortex Dramon if you wanted to. If that was ever something you wanted to do for whatever reason. Which, I can see a reason to do so, right? Like, you can go into Vortex Dramon to get the protection effect, then go into this. You can't evolve Ace over this because it has no play cost. I mean, you can do so just to get another battle effect going on, or an unsuspend. As applications. And then we have Gundramon with Jolt Stormer, which has Digivolve 3 opponents Digimon. That's a very funny effect, to be honest. Yeah, but it's very similar to the other... Oh, wait. Why does it have Titan trait? I just realized. I have to go back and finish Time Stranger to find out why this was given Titan trait, other than maybe just arbitrarily they wanted to do that. I don't remember fighting Gundramon as a Titan in that game. Maybe it's maybe in the DLC. I haven't played the DLC yet. Reboot blocker. Fragment. Fragment is really interesting because that triggers a lot of your trash effects on your option cards. And of course, he also can trash 3 of his own when digivolving when attacking to delete 7 costs or lower, which goes well with the Digivolve. And of course, he also has the usual... Wait, this effect being counter is pretty interesting too. Counter effect to reveal the top 6 and use one of your 3 Musketeer options. Very cool. I'm really down to see whether or not this affects... I mean, the deck already... The BSR deck is already pretty good. I'll have to see if this keeps this deck relevant going into the future. Alright, there's more to talk about here, but the next round has started, so I should just go hop into a room already, because I imagine they're finished setting up. We gave him plenty of time to do so. Let's top into... I think, you know what? I want to see what Camrad's deck does. So let's go watch Camrad. Alright. Versus Loki meta on Alter S. We're jumping right in the middle of the action here. We don't think... It doesn't look like we missed too much. We have the Alter S player establishing a Greymon and a Gabumon. Plus a boost and an analog. Looks like he was going to go for something, but maybe didn't have all the pieces, or dug for it with a Gabumon, didn't find one. And on the other side, they just normally climbed up. They had established one tamer and then just evolved up normally into Lilymon and then into Blitzcray, it looks like. Lilymon's on the board. I imagine maybe he had something to bottom deck off of that as well. Or maybe he evolved the Lilymon first and then the opponent moved up and then evolved up his Digimon and played them. The Blitzcray is now on board. It's protected. It's a blocker. And it insulates him from some damage, potentially. He's going to go for the end of turn attack after establishing a second Mimi Joe. Which is kind of unfortunate because it doesn't give him any extra colors when this deck really wants the colors for sure. And he gets to reboot afterwards. They got to do basically just a bit of chip damage here with his Blitz and establish a protected blocker. I guess the chip damage protection here is gonna matter a bit. But like... if Loki Meta actually goes into Alter S here, I'm not sure what exactly Blitzcray kind of accomplishes here, because I don't think you're likely to be blocking here. I mean, I guess you could, because it would trigger the Tsunamon to grab back a piece. Because, like, yeah, I guess the blocking here could protect you from dying, and that might buy you a turn. But it feels like you're going to be super behind anyway, because you spend so much memory establishing this body. But Alter S can build bodies back again up really cheap thanks to all their cost reductions. Just a little unfortunate that he does not have another color on board. Yeah, we know about the LM reprint Fairy Puff. That was the context what we were talking about this. We looked at the LM Leviathan reprint and he said, weird that we got this here and not as an 81 reprint. You know, that's all good. Don't worry about it. Okay, so now we have more colors. A third color, finally. Red-green Camaro Security. You're going for the 4 checks you're known for doing with the Blitz and Cress. Then here comes Omni. Omni's protected. He's going to swing. So now we're going to see the block, now that he's gotten all these free tamers and value out of security. I'm imagining it's smaller. Oh, right. He has piercing as an inherit, right? Or did he choose or did he go back on wanting to block here because he wanted to make maybe block only if it's for game? I can't remember. I don't think this stack has piercing. No, it can't be blocked because of the Cress inherit. Now I remember. If he really wanted to save himself, maybe he needed to block earlier. Because if he then goes for the Alter S to split them back up and goes into it for another Alter S, he still can't be blocked. So he's gonna lose here as long as he has another Alter S to go for. Am I frozen here? Oh yeah. Looks like I got disconnected. Did I get disconnected? I'm seeing a 500 millisecond ping here on the table. I also see them going in and out of the table, so maybe is everyone struggling with Discord right now? Is Discord just like fucking up for everybody? Okay. Okay, I got connected back in. My ping got returned to normal. I can see Camred's camera moving again. I imagine it was a connection issue for at least somebody here. I don't see that the stream dropped anything at any point. So imagine it's a Discord issue here. Let me make sure. We still have the BGM going on. Right, looking at the way they're scooping everything up, I imagine Loki did have the second Alter S and he was able to just swing for game. I wonder if Kenra just forgot that Cress's inherit can't be blocked, because I certainly did. If he wanted to save himself, he definitely needed to block one of the earlier swings with the Alliance. Oh, but yeah, he has piercing on those guys too. Yeah, so blockers really do nothing here, huh? If I remember correctly, one of either Blitz or Cress has piercing. Blitzcray himself has piercing. What about Cress Garu? I imagine you're supposed to swing with Cress Garu for the when attacking unsuspend. Yeah, so Cress Garu has the unsuspend. So the attack you have to block there is the Cress attack that unsuspends, because then there's no piercing to worry about. And then there's no can't be blocked to worry about. Unless there's another can't be blocked inherit somewhere in this line. But I don't believe there is. The Sagittarius' inherit is the Digivolve, and I believe the inherit on Garuru is jamming. Oh, let me double check that. It's jamming on Garurumon, right? Yeah, jamming on Garurumon. So yeah, like one opportunity to block there and he missed it. Alright, game 2. Kind of starting with evolving Agumon in the back and then going for the something of front. I forget what the name of that tamer of that option card is, but it's basically boost for adventure. I'll just call it adventure boost. Okay. And Meta's going for Evolve Gabumon in the back, playing Analog Boy plus a boost. Okay. What will Camrad do here? He's moving up, which is interesting because he has no tamers or anything. It looks like he's probably just trying to move up and actually get something done. Greymon here is interesting. He's just, I guess it's just whatever level 4 he wanted here. Ooh, because he wanted to go into Mamemon to try to play a tamer off of it for free. This is scary here because it passes the opponent to 3. Like, he gets his free tamer here, and he can rearrange the top or put these cards and rearrange them on top of his deck on any order he wanted to set himself up for the next turn potentially, because these are some good cards to put back on top. He's got more level 3s potentially to evolve into, and a Togemon to evolve into as well, or play. And now Loki has basically up to 5 memory to work with, and a rookie. So he can potentially move up, evolve crack that, evolve into a level 5, a level 4, then play the other level 4, and then climb up. Or do that. That also works just as well, if not better, since that gives him the search and extra memory, making it more likely that he pulls off the entire combo. Evolve Garurumon. Garurumon effect draw. And then if he has Greymon, there's Greymon. Draw, he can pick up the card from trash, which is Cress if he's missing it. You think it's called Believe in Our Friendship? That might be it. Again, it's been a while since I've seen anyone actually play it, since a lot of popular builds kind of forgoed it for a while. God damn, now evolve into... He has both Sagittarius and Altars to evolve into for free, and he gains back to 2 memory from the Inherits. Insane. He's actually going to be able to keep turn here on making Blitz and Cress, unless he's missing one or the other. Either way, God. I guess this makes up for his round 1, where he just could not find the pieces fast enough before Medusa just kills him outright. But now it feels like he's just bullying this sort of like for fun GG adventure deck when by high rolling having the entire line on like turn 2. Like he can swing the Crest and Alliance here at the very least. He's opting to instead wait a turn. I guess because he doesn't feel like he can like OTK straight up here, because he doesn't have Alter S maybe. He doesn't want to give the opponent a bunch of Tamers to work with. Because if anything, that's going to be how Cameron would be able to come back here. Cameron only having 1 Tamer means he only has 2 colors, and you generally need at least 3 to do, you know, most of your good comeback plays with Adventure. Since that's the amount of colors you need to evolve for free off of your level 4s. And it's not like you can do much to disrupt the Blitz or Crest here anyway, since they're protected thanks to Blitz. I got DM'd by Shikigero. I'd like to check that out, but yeah, right now. Everything looks normal. Evolving the Goma in the back, which means he drew the Palamon. Which you can play the Palamon here for a cycle, but it's not like what you're looking for in this position. Okay. The Agumon can warp into Wargrave because there's like a 10k or higher on the board, I believe is the condition. Since it has Rush, it can swing and potentially raid into one of these Digimon. Unfortunately, the Crest effect might come into play, but if he didn't attack last turn, it might be because he doesn't have the Alter S. I believe that Wargrave does have raid, so he's probably using this just to try to out one of these stacks, which would be good enough in itself to prevent him from dying next turn. He gains DP for each color of Tamer, right? Oh my god, he had the Alter S to go into. That's so unfortunate. He really made Conrad feel like he had a chance to outer body and then said, no, I still have Alter S in my hand to use with the Crest effect. I wonder if maybe this might cut down on how much damage that you can do here with the Alter S. Since he forced it to use it here, he doesn't get to do swing, unsuspend, swing for 4 checks. Since once this Alter S swings, it's gonna spit out the two bodies. But then they don't have Rush, because they're typically not playing the Mat TK that you would need for that. Still, you're gonna feel very behind from this position. Interesting that he's spitting, instead of spitting out Blitz and Cress, he's gonna spit out Garuru Greymon to basically make whole new stacks here. I feel like it uses up a lot of your resources, but I imagine looking at his hand size, he knows he just has the pieces he needs to just do this again. Yeah, doing this probably means that he's probably doing this so he can evolve up. If he has like the, you know, the 4s and the 5s and 6s he needs, yeah, it lets him dig for another copy of Alter S. Or a copy of Island of Adventure that he can use to grab back Alter S from the security. Still, he needs like 3 more Alter S's to even kill on this turn. But it's still good defense for him to re-establish these protected blockers that can also, again, do the same play, or if Camred goes for another swinging into them play, he can go for another Alter S. Geez, they seriously tuned up to use these Crescent Blitz. Feels like the deck can do just about anything as long as you can get to them. Really strong offense and really strong defense. And then another Analog Youth, which makes things even more annoying, because it means even if you wanted to, like, say for instance, like, even if Cameron wanted to like out one of them by going for another raid play, it's gonna cost them 3 more memory to do so. Which I guess is another good reason for you to make these stacks again by evolving up again, is it enables Analog Youth to function. And he gets to restun the Tamer too. Insane. Am I just going for the swing out of desperation maybe? Or maybe he just wants to grab a card from trash like the Wargrey? Maybe he wants to bait the Alter S? I just get blocked here. I guess he was guaranteed to have that died in security, since we know the top security is Alter S. Yeah, what are you grabbing back here? The Wargrey here looks tempting, because again, just deleting Crest would be strong here. But he is playing Miraculous. If he has regular Omni at all, I mean, I guess... No, it wouldn't work, because Miraculous doesn't work on Battle Deletion. But probably would not matter too much here, considering, again, the memory loss from Analog Youths, plus the fact that he already has another Agu and Gabu on board to work with. Though I guess if he goes for Wargrey, the Gabu will probably be deleted. Oh, that's rough. He's activating the tie effect to play something. That takes away his 3rd color, too. I guess it still allows him to potentially make the play he tried for last turn. But it still looks so uphill for him. Okay, there's 2 more colors, if that actually matters for anything. You have like a Toge or Birdra to go into something with. I can't imagine whatever he goes into is going to help him enough. Yikes. Oh, wait, yes. That's 1 more color. Now he has 5 colors, I believe. Playing it does trigger the Tie and Izzy to evolve for 1 less. Or no, for free, because he has a bunch of colors. Evolve into Togemon? Togemon effect? Into Lilymon? Okay. Get rid of the Gabumon. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that didn't really accomplish too much. The awkward part here is that he's just dead on board, just straight up. He doesn't even need another Alter S. Spring Alliance unsuspend for 2 checks. And then he has like 3 more swings here to go for game with. Another clean 2-0 for Alter S. Dang, I really wanted to see Kenwood's deck at least pop off a little bit, because I'm super curious about what the deck is capable of when it actually gets to do its thing. Oh, I should probably... There we go. I checked the DM I got. Oh, you guys were saying that I might have been the one causing the stream to crash. Alright, let's hop into a different stream then, or different table then. Let's see here. Let's watch Michael. Alright, so now we got Medusa versus Red Hybrid. Medusa has a huge board going on here. It looks like Red Hybrid has a bunch of... Well, I don't know if he has enough swings here. He swung his Flamemon, got to draw. He still has the Kazemon on board. Oh, which played him another Takuya, but it's not the Triple Tamer, unfortunately. So it's not like he's going to be able to... Well, maybe he can evolve that into an Aldemon. Yeah, it's not looking good for Mr. Wins here. Okay. He's gonna evolve into Aldemon here, it looks like. Gets to delete something. Racco then deletes the Flamemon. Punishment for deleting him. Or to protect. Or maybe he's choosing not to? Security check goes through. Oh, that's security effect? Yeah, that's security Dimetramon. So I got to play another Dimetramon off of it. Okay, now we go for the end of attack effect. We get like a Triple Tamer on board, maybe? Nope. But he's gonna evolve into another Kazemon. Gets to keep turn off of this. Evolve for 2 into Aldemon. Yeah, I don't see this being enough. Now he just chooses to protect. Okay, now the Triple Tamer comes down with the end of attack effect. Is that gonna miraculously save him somehow? Nope. Now he's going through the motions, got to resolve Ukomon effect. Gain your memory, and then there's just no point in doing anything else but just swinging here. It's still 1k, so it doesn't even die. Gains a bunch of memory. Swing and swing for game. Oh, that was the last round, or the last match for this round. We are going through these fast. People are just playing very fast decks that are winning very quickly. Maybe we might be done extra early today, huh? That's fine, because then we can go back to talking about the new LM set, because it's so exciting. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, their scores are reported, so it looks like they're just doing the post-game chat. We can hop out of this call for now. And wait for the next round to drop on us. One second. We'll see, yeah, we can still see the LM set. We can look at the reprints here are pretty interesting here as well, now that we've looked at the new dual cards for this set. I noticed some people pointed out that Noir is on this art instead of CL. But does make me wonder if we are going to finally get a CL card, or CL in the art and any card in English, or if maybe they messed this up and they're going to fix this later. But we've got a bunch of reprints here. So there's the 4 we've seen, the 6 new cards. The usual, we get store promo reprints in most of these sets as of late. So if you haven't gotten your 4 copies of Eri, Yujin, Dats, Glowing Dawn, Makine's Unique Emblem, and Destruction Cannon, there's your chance to get them this way. But interestingly, right after that is 6 new promos that we haven't heard from yet, that we haven't seen yet, and judging by the numbering here, I'm assuming these are more store promos that are going to be for the upcoming month of store tournaments. Demi Devi, Arcturus, another Yujin, Rei Katsura, Digi Seabass, and Unique Emblem Ragnarok Attainer. We have no ideas of what these could be. Interesting about Yujin is that it's the second promo of Yujin. This might be for a different deck than this one. This is for Leviathan, so this might be reboot support, from what I've heard. Demi Devi is up in the air. This could be another search rookie, since we've got a search rookie for Goma and a search rookie for Pada in the TS deck. But we haven't seen Demi Devi yet. I'm imagining, like, I would assume that would be in the next set, but they could instead make it a promo if they want to, like, free up that slot for the next set. Alternatively, it could be Creepymon support. This Creepymon is a deck that I feel like was hyped up a lot during the BT24 reveal season, and I remember a lot of people trying it out during that time and testing it as a real deck. And it looked like it was doing decently, but it fell off very hard. I haven't seen a single person play Creepymon in a while now. So I kind of would need another support card. And actually, if this Demi Devi is good enough, then that might be what it needs. Arcturus is interesting because, again, Gamma is another one of those decks that, despite all the support they've been giving it, just can't seem to manage to break into meta viability. I mean, I think it was meta viable for like a brief moment a long time ago, and I know it's definitely a lot of people who've won the locals with it. Or this could be a support for like the an evil Gamma deck, because you know we've had like a lot of like the it could be like support for like the Sinister Order like Gammamon stuff, you know. Because we got a whole line going up into Regulus, but no Arcturus, so this probably goes over the Regulus from EX11 for like an evil Gammamon deck. Or it could be an alternate way for you to make Proximamon. Reikatsura, that's for Hackmon. And Digi-Seabass is really interesting. No idea what it could be. I mean, all I know is this is an item from Digimon World. And considering Digimon World stuff is generally DM support, I just have to guess this is some generic DM support, which I'm super excited for. And we got the unique emblem for Galactimon, which is another deck which I think on paper is really good, and I'm surprised doesn't win more. Maybe this emblem would be like the breaking point for it. But the interesting about this is that we have to see how it works. It might be like, is it going to be a novel style one, or is it going to be the same style as the comic characters? But interestingly, Makina's emblem is also different from all the other emblems because it has the 3 use cost and the main effect to play a free Machina or Unchained. But it has the alterns effect, the delay effect of the novel characters, where if you play it Unchained, you get to evolve for free. So maybe is it going to be in that style? I think the awkward part about that is that, as far as I'm aware, there's no cards in the Galacti archetype that free plays Zenith. So if it's the delay that lets you, oh, the thing is up. If it's the delay that lets you evolve for free when you play Tamer, it doesn't feel like you have as much value off of that. I mean, I guess you technically could get a lot of value off of that because some of your evolutions are very expensive. This would still be a way to get it for a lot cheaper. All right, the next round is up, so there's more reprints to talk about, but they're not like new cards that we don't know about. We'll talk about them later. Let's see here. Whose table should we hop into? Let's see. Let's watch more. I want to watch more Red Hybrid action, actually. Let's see some Red Hybrid versus Alter S. We've hopped into basically every table by now. So there's no surprises here left for what we can end up watching. This isn't the final round, is it? Potentially. Maybe we should watch table 1 then, to be honest. We haven't watched V-Passion yet, because I know exactly what his deck already looks like. And this could be the end of the tournament if wins against Bren. I don't want to miss like the top table win, or the top table if that's the case. Yeah, I agree that like when you evolving a Destro into Galacti is pretty expensive. So the emblem would still be a good cost reduction then. But yeah, you're right. You'll be missing a lot of the Tamer's benefits in that case. But at the same time, you don't have a lot of ways to suspend your tamers within Zenith's deck anyway, right? So if it's the other style, I still don't think... I mean, I guess the Xeno card, the new tamer, would have a really good easy condition for you to use to synergize with a tamer if it works the same way as the comic characters, where if your tamer suspends, you can evolve for free. That'd be a really good one. Might be even be too good, considering some of the expensive evolution costs inside that are contained within the deck. Turning a 9-cost evolution into a 0-cost evolution sounds insane. Alright, back to casting this game. Michael looks like he's just doing a lot of setup here. He got to move up at Ukomon and got to do a lot of playing tamers and playing trainings. Looks like that's opened up a little bit of passion to be able to go pretty wide here. He's been able to establish 2 search rookies and evolved one of his Aegismons into an Aegiochus. He hasn't even checked security here either, so he didn't even use any he might have... He's probably at 4 now, since he probably used his Aegimon to play out one of the tamers that play out a body, and then use the Tsunamon effect to evolve for cheaper, which helped him get this board out more efficiently. But now he's only at 1 memory, and he has no tamers to work with. He has no Inoris to help him, and he has no Elekmon under there to crash his security with him. He needs to get his security much lower if he wants to go into Jupiter for a more efficient cost. But he did hit Cyreko in security, so now he can trigger Barrier, and now that triggers Tsunamon. He can now effectively evolve for 2 into Jupiter, which would be a good way to choke the opponent to 1. Even though that's not going to be that impactful, considering he has, Michael has a tamer and 2 trainings on there. You could instead consider going into Venusmon for 1, because Venusmon would be really nice here to stun the Owen on board and potentially cut off a lethal line. But considering he put himself down to 3, Michael might have an easy route into killing V-Passion here regardless. He's definitely taking time to think. Probably has both, and he's considering which one to go for. But he went for the... Oh, that's kind of awkward here. Yeah, being at 3 security when you're going into Jupiter means you don't get the heal, which might make it even easier for Michael to just win the game here. Maybe that's why he was debating so hard whether or not to actually go into the Jupiter. Ugh. Seeing him go into the Demetro and drop another Owen means that the Venus play might not have been that good either. I think the Venus play would have kept him a little bit safer though, because it would probably potentially give him access to moving one of his rookies into the security, protect it. Now they're just scooping up. Okay, that indicates to me that Michael's looking at his hand and says, I don't have a 5, I can't do anything, so I just lose here. So somehow, V-Passion wins again, even though I feel like as long as Michael had the line, he should have just easily been able to go up and just end it all. OTK. Going for game 2 here. Looking at their hands. Both of them keep. So game 2 here is going to start here very shortly. Hedge Gigi evolve for 1 into Uko. Pretty good start. But we'll see if maybe, you know, the Jupiter deck, Deep Passion plays it very fast. There's still potential here for this to be, going for Uko might be like just too slow. I wonder. Oh, he picked up a very high level card off of his Uko here, so it might be at the very least indicating that we at least have like most of our levels here. Another Uko, that's kind of unfortunate. Double Uko seems strong until you realize you're giving up another move up turn here. Oh, getting Inori off of the Tapermon as well is crazy. Now Devi also gets to evolve for free into Ageomon. I believe that's the promo at the very least, so it's not going to be as explosive as a start. Not going to get play that Inori for free. I was thinking that because of the double Uko play, if V-Passion goes Giga like aggressive here, you might be able to put like Michael in a position where he's going to just lose just because he's not going to be able to respond back. Oh wait, that's crazy. Security effect to Metro? That might turn a lot around, actually. Now, actually, this doesn't seem that great. Since that wasn't the search rookie, now he gets to, evolve into Ageochu, and now it feels really bad here till I now lose both, or lose that one card, lose the Metro you played out. He's a number of really good ways to end the turn here. Probably like, I'd say like Minerva would probably be like up there. Jupiter would be too expensive here because it would cost 4. He goes in for another Ageomon. That's not too terrible either. Looks like he was opting to like keep things cheap because he could have at least just dropped the Minori if anything. I guess putting no, because I guess he's considering the fact that like if he puts Michael to 3 memory, you gain 1 off of his card. The he's getting 1 off of Owen. That does kind of enable him to like drop a rookie and then crack the training to evolve into level 4. And then he can trigger the Gigimons just by swinging the Ukos. Or he can just like evolve right into like Lamia and then still trigger the Gigis under his Ukos to then like go up even more. Right? Double checking I'm not incorrect on how Gigimon works. Gigi allows him to evolve any of his Digimon, right? Yeah. Crazy that they let that happen, that they made, let's say one of your Digimon made Digivolve. Because now it makes the Gigimon really crazy under Uko. It makes Uko even better for this deck, for Medusa. Because if he has the cards for it, it's like, just play Eliza, crack the training, evolve into Lamia. That's probably why you didn't want to put him to 3. Because that play would have cost him exactly 4 memory. Right? He would have kept turn on Lamiamon. If he had if Michael had one more memory. Oh, Gravity Crush, lol. That's so dumb. Yeah, now we can, yep. Now he's gonna have even more memory to work with as he does this. Yep, evolving to Metro for free, play another Owen. Oh. Is that the wrong Demetro? Did he have to pay 3 for that Owen? Or did he lose 3 memory off of something else? Swings the Uko. Uko hits Hiroko, which is kind of bad, but now Digimon triggers. And the memory gain inherit also triggers. Evolve the Lamia. Lamia effect now. Trashing their security. Oh no, he paid the 3 memory for the one guy. Got it. He chose not to trash secure to do the Lamia effect. Oh, that's the wrong Lamia, that's why. But since he has 2 Gigis, he was able to evolve twice, then use his Owen to swing. Because as Rush. Deleting the Tapermon and making a token. Yeah, I didn't realize it was old Lamia because most people do not run it if they can help it. Damn, Inori out of security feels so bad here. But he does get to keep turn on everything because he still gets to gain the memory here and then gets to play yeah, Cyclomon off of the Lamia Inherit. At least the Minori here isn't going to be super disruptive. End of attack, trash another, yeah, delete the token to play the token, trashing another card and trash. Oh, this might just be lethal, right? Cyclone can swing, can raid into the token, trashing the last security, and then swing for game with the Uko. Yup. Damn. And here I was like making fun of Michael for going for double Uko, but because the Gigimon still works under Uko, it didn't even really matter. I guess it also helped there that he had the Gravity Crush. Without the Gravity Crush, I think he would have been short memory to do all of that. Just goes to show you how dumb Gravity Crush is. No. I'd say those cards should just go to 0 by now. Blinding, Gravity, and HPD. I feel like they just enable these like nonsense plays. It just gives you turns that you probably shouldn't be having, in my opinion. Hammer Spark 2? Yeah. Alright, game 3. Off to the races basically immediately. Demi Devi in the back plus an Asuna for V-Passion. Pretty typical start for a TS deck. Looks like he trashed... Huh, interesting. Looks like he trashed Jupiter here. Again with the Ukos here coming from Michael, but that one cost does allow him to cleanly pass turn with the Eliza. Hits double sprint dash though, so he only gets to pick up Medusa. But yeah, the fact that he trashed Jupiter here meant that he couldn't even use the Asuna if he even wanted to. But now he gets he probably wanted to save the Asuna for later anyway, for like maybe in case his stacks get cleared. Tropical event limit win, yeah. The thing about Tropical Venom, though, is that unlike the other cards, it's more conditional. The opponent needs to have a Digimon on board for it to actually do anything. Alright, so he went into Agemon. Agemon played Minori, and then Tsunemon effect go into promo Ajochus to then raid into the Elizamon. Pretty good play here. Good thing, unless we make tokens on your opponent's side and half your deck is green, that could be a route you can go to make to potentially break that card. I'm guessing Bandai will probably wait until that actually happens. So far, they haven't made anything that plays tokens to your opponent's side that's green. I have some people like mess around with like a Medusa deck that runs like green tamers to turn on Dimensional Scissors for an OTK. And if they're doing that, they might as well just be able to, you know, throw Tropical Venom into the mix. And Michael just setting up in the back and setting up a tamer. Meanwhile, D-Passion's just popping off here right now. Using Zasuna to play Agemon, which then gets to play out another tamer and then trigger effects to Minori to evolve into Ajochus before going into unsuspend phase. That's crazy. Now he gets to use Minori twice. At least the second Ajochus can't attack, but it could just turn into like another like Jupiter if he wants to go for like some sort of double Jupiter, double trash play or something. Or he can like make a really really disgusting board. Like he can end on like Venus plus like Minerva or Venus plus Jupiter or something. He did have to take like 2 of his security at this point though. So now it's hard to tell because of the glare, but I believe he's at 3 security now. And plays like that are kind of a double-edged sword when your opponent is playing such a fast and aggressive deck like Medusa, which can just sort of like, you know, look at your low security opponent and go climb up and win immediately. If he goes for Venusmon at the very least, that's going to help by stunning the Tamer. Oh my god, Blinding Ray. Here we go, and that's going to trigger his effects. And use that. He can evolve into, yeah, Jupiter for 1. Catching one of his securities, getting to recover 2, so he goes back up to 3 memory security anyways, so the Blinding Ray was basically free. Please ban these cards, Bandai. There's the Venusmon, so he gets to stun the Tamer. And what are we ending on? Evolving in the back. Just to set up the Agemon, choke the opponent to 1. Things aren't looking good for Michael. He probably doesn't have the memory he needs to like actually like win the game here. Especially since he might have the Gravity Crush. Gravity Crush might help him get him there. And Michael's just like looking and seeing if maybe something he can do here. At this point, it feels like a cope at this right now. He has 4 security, but you know, Heat Passion is gonna have like 3 bodies plus potentially security trash off of Jupiter plus potentially security attack +1 off an Agiochus if you can find one. And there it is, Agiochus. Gain 1. He doesn't have a way to trigger security trash though. Oh, nope, never mind. He has an Agiomon to trigger it with. Play out Homeros for free. Yep, evolve for free into Agiochus. Trash security. And now that should basically be lethal. GG. Heat Passion continue to show us how it's done. All right. That was game 3 if I believe correctly. Let's hop into table 2 to try to find out if whether or not we're gonna have another round or not. Watching Wins play against Bren. Small turnout? Yeah, I only had 10 players this time. So table 2 here is a down pair. Bren is undefeated with two wins versus Wins, who's currently 1-1. Wow, things aren't looking super good here for Bren. He's got 0 security right now. Staring down at an Emperor Grey. And another Takuya. Is it currently his turn though? He might be able to do something here then. You can at least heal back 1 if you can go right all the way up into another or not into another, into a Alter S. Raymond grabs back Sagittarius, or Raymond evolves Sagittarius for free. He can now stun the Takuya, which can help protect him. No, he's stunning. Is he stunning the Emperor Grey? Oh, okay. So that's his plan? I don't think that's gonna work out for you. I figured the only way is gonna make this work. Oh wait, no. I feel like nothing was gonna work really. I think. Oh, maybe something. I thought he was gonna go for an Alter S, like all the way up into Alter S here somehow. In which case, it's probably just gonna delete or de-digi. Yeah, de-digi then delete the Emperor Grey, which means stunning the Tamer would have been correct. But yeah, I don't believe he has blocker on board, so do you not just swing for game here? Or maybe you're worried about Blitz/Cress Ace? Deletes Alteris and swings for game. Okay, since we opted this in the middle, we can't tell if that was game 2 or game 3. Or even game 1 potentially. But it looks like they're shuffling up, so we might be going into the next game here. They're not done just yet. It's crazy how much faster this tournament is gonna potentially last compared to a lot of the previous ones. Small turnout was one thing, but we completed rounds 2, 1, and 2 very quickly with more than 15 minutes left on the clock. So if Brand wins here, or if wins, it wins here, so that'd be one of the fastest finishing tournaments Eagles Nest has ever had. Okay, doing mulligans. Wins on red hybrid mulligans. And looks like Ren is keeping his, which is scary considering the high roll nature of Alter S. But maybe, if he's anything like me, I keep hands that are just like even remotely playable though. Maybe has like maybe a rookie and a boost, that good enough for me. Or no rookie and like 3 boost. But a hand like that might be pretty scary to keep against such a fast and aggressive deck like Red Hybrid. They're doing the cut and it's just like 1 card to the bottom. Okay. Alright, who's starting first? Wins is going first. Okay, good. And he's got turn 1 Uko. Very quick turn 1. Okay, so no rookie and a boost, which signals to me that he has like a hand full of like search effects since he kept his hand. Because searches finds 2 Takuyas and a Burning Gray, it looks like. Still playing BT12 Burning Gray. Except Takuya. This is the 4-cost Takuya, which I believe is a memory setter. He's hovering over a card. You wanna... Okay, he's got another Uko. Which is a crazy start to have against a person who does not open Rookie on their own first turn. And he plays Takuya, BT 21 version, that has the start of main phase effect. Bren immediately pops his own boost, probably just to play 2 more boosts. If I predicted his hand, like I said, I usually keep a hand that's good enough if it's rookie plus boost, or if it's no rookie and like maybe 3 boost. But he picked up Alter S off of it, and then yeah, there's the 3rd boost. Still no rookie. That's feeling kind of rough. That's sort of the gamble you take when you keep hands like this. Because it feels like you're worse off if you do take a hand that has a rookie, but has like nothing else that you need. Because playing boost early game is so important. But this is like the other end of the spectrum where you're playing all your boosts, but you still need a rookie as well to get started. Double Uko gets to get super hella value here. Potentially grab Takuya. Nope, grabs the... Yeah, he already has Takuya. Grabs the Emperor. And start of main evolve for 1 into Agunimon. Aguni gets to tuck something underneath himself if you'd liked. Yeah, tucks. Tucks a flame on underneath. It gives him the on deletion to play out another Takuya. Swings an Uko to security, which checks Alter S. He gets to draw 2, and he gets to play another Takuya out with the inherit underneath his Agunimon. Second Uko even gets to live. Things are not looking good for Bren. Swing evolve into Aldamon. Yikes. All the end of attack. Crash, draw 2, play a Tamer. Tamer effect. Of 2 cards. Draw a card. Okay, at least Brent has double training or double boost on the board. If nothing else, he can like potentially pop both and play a level 4. Like maybe that might help him get out of this. Wait, he had a rookie. Did he just draw that, or maybe he was saving it? So yeah, maybe he never needed a rookie in the back in the first place because you can just slam it and then work off of it, right? You can crack the second boost, evolve it into Greymon or Garurumon, and then play the other one, and then maybe pop off here. Garurumon, yep. Draw. On Evo, draw. Agu in the back, yep. And now we just need Greymon. There's Greymon. Greymon effect. We know he already has an Alter S, but now you can grab a second one, and you can also grab... There's Alter S to hand. It's crazy, because now he can also... Like, he can, like, instead of going for Alter S to try to delete the Aldemon and spit out a bunch of Tamers... Oh, no, he's stuck there. He didn't find Sag... Oh, did he? Alter? Okay, there we go. He's moving it upside down to indicate that it's... I thought he was unsuspending to start his turn. No, but no, he's moving upside down to indicate it's stunned. Good Tamer to stun. Cress, yep. Oh, that's crazy good here, because now he gets to bounce the Aldemon and not trigger the on deletion effects that he has. So no more free Tamers off of that Aldemon. Is he choosing not to, maybe? It's a you may effect. I feel like you should. I know it gives him back the Aldemon, which feels not great to give him back to hand. But, like, I think it's better than, like, deleting it at some point. Like, if you ever go into... Okay, no, he chose to de-Digivolve it first, and then bounce it back. Yep, because you can do that. So now he gets neither. He gets neither the two free Tamers, nor does he get Aldemon back to his hand. And he's going for the DNA. I mean, we know he has an extra Alter S anyway, but he now gets to go for 2 checks. It's a Tamer, unfortunate, but that's how it is when you're playing against hybrids. The crazy thing is, if he has another like Blitz and Cress, he might be able to just go for like... Doesn't even go for the on-play there. Ooh. Yeah. He's gonna make another Garuru and Greymon? To draw and grab a card? And then go for another... He can stun another Tamer this way if he goes for another Sagittarius. Then he can end on, like, you know, 2 protected blockers that can also potentially go for the... when they attack, go into Alter S. Really strong stuff. This deck is insane. Stunning the Takuya instead. That's fine. I guess it's because the Triple Tamer, now that he didn't like add any sources underneath it, isn't as threatening. Yeah, Blitz and Cress. And that's the turn. Now he has 2 blockers with protection. And he also has the, when the opponent attacks, evolve into Alter S play. This game might be Bren's. If that's the case, we might be seeing the end of the tournament. Unless Wins has some way to play through this. Goes for the start of main. To tuck 2 underneath there. I probably imagine you probably want to tuck 2 underneath the other Tamer. It's stunned anyway, but it does give him 2 memory if he does so. And a draw. Maybe he doesn't have enough cards to do so. Maybe not enough different colors to do so. So he evolves his Flamon into an Aguni. He gets a tuck card. swing? Why am I getting messaged by Kara? Evolve, using the when attacking to evolve into Aldamon? Maybe trying to bait a block here so I can get a bunch of value off the on deletion. No, he's gonna die anyway, because Ultra S was the first security as always. It's to play another triple tamer here. Oh, now he has like 3 different colors technically. That might matter for some effect. I know it matters mostly for the start of main of the other Takuya, so I don't think it matters for much. He's looking up what a card does, I guess. Okay, so he is going for the triple tamer that allows him to evolve up. The triple colored option. Going for I forget what it's called. I forget the full name. It's like Wind to Flame something something. Sources underneath there. Maybe that's why he's conserving them so he can make this play. Gets to evolve up. They're still unaffected by effects. So nothing to trash or suspend. Then he can attack. Ooh, is he going for the attack and then into like unsuspend? Wait, no. He only gets to suspend if he deletes by battle, right? Let me reread Emperor Grey, because I believe he only unsuspends when he deletes by battle. When it deletes your opponent's Digimon in battle. Yeah. I feel like you should choose not to block here then. Wait, did he block and live in some way? And the game is over and Bren wins. I know he has evade, but if you block, you can't also evade. Unless there's some way to unsuspend. Oh, let me guess. He raided and then got hit by an evade, and then that kind of accomplished nothing. In which case he raided into the wrong target. Is there a hybrid that gives raid as an inherit? No? Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there then. It looked like he probably was able to attack in some way. Or attack into Cress in some way and he just triggered evade. Cress has redirection instead of blocker? Just red Cress, there's no way. Oh, then you may change the attack target to one of your Digimon. I forgot that that was part of the the opponent's turn you may Digivolve part. Yeah, so you just redirected and then evaded. Yikes. Yep, that's what happened there. Alright, last round then. We got one more round. It's like when you read cards for the second time, they magically gain effects, some extra effects sometimes. Yeah. Since Alteress usually has to win, is able to win without it, I forgot that Alteress, or that Crest has the redirection on top of the can evolve when the opponent attacks. That's crazy then, and that lets you do that. You have to, like, if opponent attacks, just DNA into Alter S, and then even if you don't end up not deleting them with the Alter S effect, you can still redirect to the Alter S. But I guess yeah, if he's gonna have evade, it would make sense that he also has a redirect. Why does he have evade? That's kind of crazy. I guess to make him function on his own. I don't know. Thanks for reminding me that Crest has a redirect. Maybe the reason why the redirect slipped my mind is because I didn't want to believe that it had it. Because it's like, this deck is already good enough. Does it really need to be able to redirect attacks on top of that? Alright, Brent's starting with Garur in the back. Deepassion starting with Tapermon in the back, plus a Hiroko. What he's picking up here, he's picking up Promo Aegyochus. Interesting. He bottomed, I think, Promo Demidevi and Aegyeomon for that. Promo Aegyeomon. Sounds to me like he already has enough Aegyeomons. Ooh, Alteris in the back is interesting. I'm guessing it's just... I mean, he's playing Koromon. I can't imagine he's that worried about getting, like, Ruin Moded out of the game. Maybe there's nothing else, so he has to just, like, you know, start evolving to start cycling. That's my best guess of what's happening. Because you ideally don't want to be going all the way up into Alteris like that. Makes it kind of expensive to then do your play, since you have to then hard slam Sagittarius. I mean, I guess you can still hard slam Kururu, trigger effect, but then like you get kind of stuck with like Blitz plus Sagi. If you have the memory for it, I guess that would work out. Nokia. Just playing Tamers back and forth. Nokia's a good one. Memory setter. I guess allow him to like potentially do something like he can move up he can move up Alteris, use the Tamer to play a rookie, then evolve up, and then do the play for effectively a cost of 5 anyway. I mean, that would work. Okay, turning the Taper into the Aegyochus promo using the Nori, so I can get some damage in maybe? Or maybe he's going to try to go for a Venusmon to stun something. That can't evolve into... No, it can evolve into Venus. Evolve into Venus. Hmm. Or dig in here. Found a Minerva. That's pretty interesting. Not sure if evolving Minerva here is accomplishes much because it's just gonna get Digivolved unless he slams it. I guess he can just slam the Minerva. He wants to play around Digivolve. Maybe he's just gonna evolve up. You got Homeros to play maybe? Oh, playing a Lekmon off of it. More digging. There's the Tamer playing Agemon. Grabbing that and Demi Devi promo. Let's see. Does Ben potentially pop off here? If he has Agro or Gabu, make it a lot easier. Nokia makes it a lot easier for him to do so. Okay, yes, he still doesn't have enough pieces, so he's staying in the back, playing Analog Youth. There's a Garurumon, which I guess he would need another one of anyway. I mean, not necessarily. I think at this point, he just needs a rookie plus both level 6s. Or a rookie, Sagittarius, both level 6s, and any level 4 would work. Pass afterwards. Yikes. Using Asuna and Hiroko here to get out the promo Demi Devi. 2 promo Demi Devis. Wait, that's freaking wild. Unsuspend, move up, start of main. Start evolving them and getting value here. Evolve promo AGO. Then evolve regular AGO. Super rare AGO here. That's what it feels like is going on here. Because then if he evolves AGO, he can then pick up a security. Trigger Minori. Another Tamer here. Another Hiroko. Yikes. Constant value here. There's an AGO Kuchus, which is really strong here. But both of his AGOs can't attack right now. Ooh, but he's going to trigger the Tsunomon first to go into an AGOmon and then Minori effect. Evolve into AGO Choose for free, so now he can get those 2 security checks. Yeah, it's a lot of drawing and cycling here. All those Demi Devis. Right. Immediately hits an 8K and has to barrier. It's another one, has to barrier again. It does put him more than low enough to get to make a super cheap yeah, a 1 cost Jupiter. Recover 2. Pressure security. Swing, swing. Does he have another way to get game here? Yeah, if he has another promo Agiomon. Ooh, that dies. Yeah, that's promo Agio Choose. Gain rush, swing for game. Ren could not find his pieces fast enough. Needed to pop off 1 turn earlier, but he just did not have what he needed. feel like even if you only had like Sagittarius and 2 level 6s, that probably would have been enough for him to at least get something accomplished. And passing over a lot of memory wouldn't have been that hurtful for him, since that would have avoided triggering a lot of the effects there. You know, no free bodies. If that's the case, then if I had to guess, then he probably just was missing the other level 5 he needed. Could not wait Alterus the entire time. Or not Alterus, Sagittarius. Sagittarius could have done so much for him. Signing Inori, for instance, and then pressing Blitz, Digivolve, the Nerva. Game 2. Depression starts again. Gonna evolve Digimon. Then evolves a Gabumon in the back. No, Agumon. And then a boost. Which whiffs. Oh no! That's the awkward thing about this deck. Your boosts can sometimes whiff. You're playing 2 different double-colored boosts. But the 81 Greymon and Garurumon are kind of awkward like that. They sometimes get whiffed on if you hit the wrong one with the wrong card. Move up Agumon. Agumon when moving. Pick up security. Play an Asuna. Asuna effect. Trash 1, draw 2. And then evolve with Tsunamon into just leaving them at 1. Top boost, play boost. This time don't whiff. 2 decent targets there. With the Gabu, it looks like. If you had no Kia here, it would have been awesome, because then you can... I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. I don't know whether or not Passion is really looking to Asuna to play the Agumon in his trash. I can see that being the play he wants to go for here. Since that would allow him to trigger some more effects, trigger another Tsunamon, and then like evolve up into like a Venus, or he's just opting not to. I think that's smart. I think the way he plays, it's a good way to you just hold on to that until you either can use it to like win the game, or use it to like come back from, right? Like if your opponent like clears your board, you at least have those gamers available to then still be able to make plays with. So Brent made the right call to just go for the low memory cost of playing Analog Youth. Hitting another 8k in security, so that's the barrier. Opting not to evolve off of the Tsunamon, because he wants that second check-in. Brent is at 3 security, I believe. So is Passion. He's at exactly 2, which seems pretty nice here. You can play another 3-cost tamer here, yep. And choke to 1, which seems pretty strong. Whiffs the Blinding Ray, which is good. Fuck that card. Picks up the Jupiter. Jupiter is available, which is scary because that is one way you can play around the protection effects of Chris and Blitz. Might not be a good matchup here for Brain in that way. Okay, evolving up Garurumon. Garurumon effect draw. Now he has to drop a Greymon to pop off from here. Yeah, Greymon can grab him back because Sagittarius is missing that, but we don't know what he's missing right now. And he moved up, which is a big commit. So if he doesn't have it, oh, that could just be the end of the game. Okay, plays Gabu. That's it. Yeah. Ren looks like he just couldn't find pieces fast enough. Oh, yikes. Hiroko for Elekmon pick up Paper and Ajochus. Take out Agiamon off the Asuna, pick up Security. Take out another Hiroko. Take some more cards. There's another Ajochus, another Agiamon if he wants that. Pick up the Ajochus. Then draws for turn. Moves up the Elekmon. Probably going to be evolving up. I think the only thing here he's really missing right now is an Inori. Maybe that's what he was digging for. Because he probably might need the ability to evolve into the Ajochus to go for game here. I was thinking it was looking kind of rough here for Bren, but like he's still missing pieces. Okay. Oh. Insecurity barrier. Now he can potentially go into Jupiter for free using Tsunamon effect. Opts not to. Barriers again. And then goes for it. Recover 2 DP minus 13k on something. Evolves into Promo Agiamon. Swings. Picks up security to trigger the trash security to end the game. Yep. Yeah, that way he didn't... Yeah. Yeah, that was good on him. God, would he... If the last security wasn't another card that would force the barrier, would he not get lethal here? I feel like after the barrier, you should have just evolved the Elekmon using its Tsunamon for 1. Then after the second check, even if you don't bury, if you don't bury on the second check, you can still like evolve for free into Jupiter because you'll be at 0 security or at 1 security. You can still evolve for 1 and still pull off that play without having to rely on the second check being something 8k or higher. So I wonder what the plan was there if he didn't hit something bigger than 8k in security. We would do what, like, oh no, that's probably fine, right? Because, like, if he doesn't die to security, then he doesn't lose his last, his own last security, which means then he can just evolve for 1 into Jupiter, trash his own last security, trash his opponent's last security, and then swing for a game regardless. Forget it anyway. Okay. Yep. Well, the winner was declared. V-Passion takes it again. Let's see how some of the other players are doing. While we're still here, you know? Still curious about this deck. Oh, is he finally going to be able to pop off with it? See him go into Mamemon. Mamemon swings? Even though he's facing against... The opponent's board has, fighter mode on the board. Or maybe he was already suspended. Digimon effect. The top 3. Think he can play the Greymon. Or you can opt not to, because then that would trigger the effect on fighter mode. Damn, that sucks. You might have been looking for something like a Togemon to play off of it. Because then Togemon would be able to de-digivolve the guy and not run into the Altern's effect. Yeah, his hand is not looking very good here. Looks like he's considering using his secret rare tie. Play out something play cost 5 or lower. For the Agumon. Triggering Mamemon to get blocker. Couldn't... Okay. So if he's not getting bounced back by the fighter mode here, I'm assuming then he already used up the fighter mode effect. So it does make me wonder why he didn't play the Greymon out off of the Digimon. Does Digimon not do what I think it does? Oh, it doesn't do what I think it does. Digimon is when attacking, play out a Digimon. When Digivolving is you play out a Tamer from the top of your deck. From the top 3 of your deck. It's when attacking, you reveal, for each green or black Tamer, you have reveal 1 card. Play any number of green or black Digimon whose play cost add up to 10. Yikes. Yeah. And fighter mode just gets to clear the board, swing twice, clear the security. Not enough to go for game though, because no Davis can or anything to like maybe make a second Pyodra or something. So he sort of has to end his turn by making Rydramon. I guess Karen now at least has like some like semblance, like some way to like potentially try to come back from this position. Plays the Agumon. Triggers Izzy and Tai. Will evolve immediately into Greymon. That taunts. At this point, you can choose to use. I believe you can choose to use Fighter to just suspend the Greymon, avoid any shenanigans. Oh, but yeah, before that, Mat and Tai trigger, which means you can use Mat and Tai. Yeah, his hand is not looking good. I don't see a single card here that saves him. He has like 2 Tamers and 2 level 6s on in hand. Oh, he evolved into that Greymon by effect too. He was able to bottom deck it. He just slammed Blitz for 11. Pass turn, pass it to 10. Oops. Oh my god, I hit the back button on my... Yep. Dang it, Ken, I didn't say you wanted to win more tournaments so you'd have the points to sign up for free more? Probably should have brought something other than your for fun deck if that's the case. But yeah, I get the feeling of wanting to like get off your main deck and play something else if you're already doing well with your main deck. Maybe you already has enough of a stockpile of points then. Oh, are they still going? I figured they'd be done. Oh, they're probably playing for fun at this point. Yeah. We're only waiting on table 4 to finish. And the tournament will be over. Here's Wins again. Versus Best Bot Izzy playing Adventure. Swinging a Kumamon, which then gets blocked by Metal Garurumon, which gets to unsuspend. Blocks again the Ukomon. Yo. Wind to Flames. Go into Emperor Gray. Trash Security and Suspends. Not Security. Trash Sources and Suspends. Then gets to attack one of them. Metal Garuru is already suspended, so I don't have to worry about evade or anything. Or you can just attack over the Biomon. Attacks over the Metal Garuru. Wins the battle, so he gets unsuspend and gains Sec Plus. So 2 checks to security because of piercing. Then end of turn, gets to then attack again. Over the Bio, yeah, clearing the board and piercing for, I think, 3 checks. But hits Miraculous out of security. Which gives him a free Tamer. Okay, yeah, but the Adventure player can potentially yoink the game from this position. You just barely survived that Emperor Gray. And when your Adventure You just get to slam cards and win. He has the rush that you'd want. He has all probably most of the colors you'd want. He has, yep, crack boost to go to 8. You can probably just ignore the Emperor Grey, and if he just has some way to get 2 attacks in, he's got it. Shouldn't be too difficult. Slime a level 4, evolve into a level 5. He'll have rush, so you just get to swing. But if he does that... that's fine. Okay, Miraculous Mega Knight, so he gets to play Ogre or Gabu from the trash. Is he just gonna like warp up into Metal Garuru here? Stun some cards, I think. Delete and unsuspended, I believe. Or no, it's delete like level 5 or something. Plus 1 level for each color tamer or something like that. I forget exactly. Delete level 5 or lower, then for 2 of your colors, when your opponent's return can't suspend. Gotcha. Rose evolved into Omnimon? Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, he has to bottom deck the Emperor Grey. Trash Sauce Security, swing for game. No need to complicate any of it. Don't have to worry about any bad security when you can just do that. Neat. Winds was doing so well earlier, and now he's 1-3. Unfortunately, I think Red Hybrid is one really good deck to be playing right now. But position it can out there it can be kind of rough. All right, that should be the end of the tournament. Finishing way earlier than one might expect. So for now, I'm about to end the stream. Yep, but now it's time. I'm gonna really quickly place the pre-order for the limited card pack LM9. Too much good stuff there for me to pass up on. Like the trainings are themselves are crazy good. Oh fuck, I need to authenticate. Oh. Phone link's got me. The shopping cart is empty? What? Uh-oh. I emptied my shopping cart when I logged into my account. And now it's not letting me... It's not letting me pre-order. What the fuck? Man, it's gotta let me pre-order LM9, man. Alright, before... I'll do that after the stream then. Since it looks like it's glitching out on me. Before we go, we can talk about the last few cards are gonna be... reprinted. Because we got some interesting ones. Bauhuck and System on Sister's Training Gym goes along with the fact that we're reprinting Jesmon, which kind of indicates that they're going to be supporting the Jesmon deck in Chivalrous 13, which is not a surprise, to be honest. Like, what else were they going to do? They did say they were going to support all 13 individual Royal Knights decks for that set. So this guess kind of helps them a little bit. It's also interesting they went for specifically this Bauhuck because this Bauhuck is also being played in like pure Genkumon decks. And I've been saying this, that I think that the way they're going to design pure Genkumon is to go what the players were already doing and to make it like make it the Slam cost reduction version. Sort of like the Genku X version that people have been playing before, but like with more support, right? So I hope that deck is pretty annoying to play against because it's like, you know, a lot of protection. Hope y'all ready for that. But I guess it's like not protected from options if I remember correctly. So they might actually give it another form of protection. They make it keep up with all these dual cards. Either that or I don't know. Make it even more efficient or something. Maybe the deck will maybe they're gonna support the deck, or it's gonna stay kind of like mid if people keep playing dual cards. You hope Dynus is playable? Me too. Hoping for playable Dynus. Starter deck Grand Gala being reprinted is kind of interesting. Because I don't think that's the Grand Gala people are even playing. Oh no, this is the this is Starter deck 22. This is the one that comes with the this is the promo, I believe, right? Wait, am I crazy? Is that Starter Deck 22? Is this the one that comes with Sequoia's starter, right? Yeah. Okay, people do play this one, so that's a good reprint. EX7 Sparamon goes along with the Bielstar reprint. It's a good reprint for people who want to be playing Bielstar. Unfortunately, this set doesn't come out until November is when it ships. So at that point, it might be too late. The new sets will be coming out, and then maybe at that point, the Three Musketeer deck might fall behind. But at the same time, they are also getting Gundramon, so that might help them keep up, potentially. Uncertain, though. Could go one way or the other. Octomon here goes along with Leviamon, so it's indicates sort of the direction they might be taking. Not Treacherous. Malevolent 7. More support for the individual Demon Lord's decks, which is nice, but I do hope that these cards do support the Demon Lord Gate deck as well. But people do play this Leviamon in that deck. What they don't play is the Octomon, but maybe they should. This Octomon's kind of nice. It gives your opponent a token, so it could be a good way to like fuck with people's scramble plays, right? Dracomon X, you know, that's also kind of nice for the upcoming. It's a good reprint for the people for wanting to play Xmon after it gets supported in Chivalrous. Narrative Rond is really this is heads up on them. You know, we were complaining earlier that this is a promo that's unnecessarily expensive, mainly because it's a box topper promo and because puppets are super playable right now, so that's really nice. Not so sure about the Sirocco reprint, but I guess, you know, might as well. It's like, oh yeah, these are the decks that are winning right now. Why not give them the necessary reprints to make them a little bit easier to go forward? Ice Archery is kind of weird, because this one, like, it's like a common, so you don't really need to reprint it, but I guess it is nice that we get a version of it that's in foil for people who are, because I mentioned before, that if you want to play Hoodie, it's still a fine deck if you just focus in on more of the play style where you're abusing Ryuji to play ice archeries for free and stuff. Of course, Danon Cannon's a good one. You can get it in this neat. I mean, they were already foil because they're super rares, but I imagine these cards have probably, since TS is such a popular deck, this super rare is probably going up in price, so this is a nice reprint for them as well. And of course, Melting Recitals probably because they're trying to support this deck because it's still not good and they need it. They need the help. But yeah, really cool LM set. Now, if only I can pre-order it. I still can't pre-order it for some reason. Hold on. Let me sign out and sign back in. Okay. I don't have it showing because I don't want to like leak mint details or anything by accident. Okay, finally. They've been added to cart. Oh, I should be moving by now, so I gotta be... I'm moving, so now I gotta put in my new address. Because by the time November rolls around, I would be in my new place. I have to find where I wrote it down. Well, whatever. I'm adding it to cart and buying it right now. Other than that, that would be like the end of the stream. I don't know why I'm still streaming me buying cards. Yeah, the tournament's over. Thank everyone who came by to watch today. We see you guys next time. We'll be playing more DCG on stream sometime soon. Whenever I have the time. Moving has been getting busy because of the moving and all. See you guys then.